Alrighty, hey everyone, welcome to another Will Witch RP Live Play TTRPG session. What is Will Witch RP? Well, that's me, Faye, game master and storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We're a couple who love sharing stories so much so that we quit our day jobs and created our own company. Now we create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full time and share them with you. And tonight, we're playing D&D. This session features Vecna, Eve of Ruin, a high-stakes adventure where ancient secrets, dark ambitions, and forbidden magic collide. As the Whispered One's shadow spreads, heroes must face unimaginable horrors or watch the world fall to ruin. With us at the table, we do have several of our incredible players who have joined us on our grand endeavor. If you'd like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to join us. You can ask in chat or hop over to our Discord where you can find out more information. Now, speaking of our awesome players, it is time for introductions. Like I said, I'm Faye, game master and storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, bringing all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. And now, let us meet our courageous, daring heroes who are currently in the battle between a spider dragon and some other things, but the biggest thing is, of course, the spider dragon. And we'll begin with an introduction for Vass.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Vass. Vass is a devilishly handsome tiefling bard rogue who, after a brief stint at home, finds himself once again stumbling across the multiverse. This week's fun fact about Vass: he does not want to think about the fact that he's facing a spider dragon, so he's gonna tell you all about the favorite tavern that he likes to play in Neverwinter, which is called the Wasted Warhammer. It's run by a middle-aged orcish woman who used to be an adventurer, but her adventuring days came to an end early. She favored a massive warhammer that's now on display above the fireplace. Vasa loves playing this tavern because Sharna, the barkeep, is amazing. She's a one-woman show. She owns the bar, she tends the bar, she bounces, she does it all, keeps it spotless, keeps the riffraff out. She pays really well. Her clientele tip really good. I don't know if they're afraid to tip poorly because she might get that Warhammer down. Unclear, but that is his favorite place to play when he's home.
Alright, heck yeah. Next up for our introductions, we have Hugh.
Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm playing Hugh Diver, a flamboyant, flashy, ambiguously French dancer. His fun fact is that when he's accompanying Hugh to where when he's performing at that tavern, he likes to come along and sit in the crowd because they make a very fine strawberry daiquiri. And he loves it.
It's canon now. Amazing. And then last but not least, let's learn of Romulus.
Hi, I'm Ronald, and I play Romulus, a adventuring multiversal bounty hunter slash vigilante, all of the above. And now game store owner. So looking forward to that.
All right, heck yeah. Amazing. So, with our introductions covered, it is time for us to return to the fight that you had left off within. So, let's get some combat music going here. As we will pick up at the start of the second round with Hugh. Your turn. You are standing near Karak, the spider dragon, And what would you like to do?
Okay. The spider dragon would be a worthy trophy for the bar. So, Hugh is going to do his Hunter's Mark and nope, he will just Hunter's Mark and stab. First one's a 22.
Alright, a 22 will hit.
Okay, with advantage on the next attack roll. And a 25.
That's another hit.
Okay. So that's going to be 25 magic piercing. 5 psychic. Seven fire. And 6 force.
Alrighty. As you feel such a blow, it comes to Keraruk's turn, and, well, she doesn't very much care for such, attacks, and she is going to go for a bite attack against you. You. But the 16 misses. And then she'll make 2 claw attacks, one at you. That is a natural one, so that's definitely not hitting. The other claw attack is going to be at Titus.
No!
With a 26 to hit Titus.
You know darn well that hit.
That's going to be 14 points of slashing damage. And, yeah, you know what? We're gonna get some stifling webs out as it shoots off from its body. And do I have anything? Nope, nothing really. And it can do this. It's gonna do this over near Q. So, that area is now filled with webs. It's strong, they're sticky. This is now difficult terrain, and lightly obscured. And yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but how much damage did he take?
That was 14 points of damage. Slashing. And it is magical, if that is important. But that is it for Kerara, meaning we come to our Yakl's turn, though they are currently in the form of a giant spider. And our giant spider is going to firstly climb up and move over the walls. So. And we'll end its turn just about there, except that it's on the ceiling around one of the stalactites that's up there. And yeah, it used its action to dash. So that's all that our buddy up there is doing. It's now going to be Gertrude's turn. And Gertrude is going to start making her way over. And she starts getting over there. Her attention is on the spider on the ceiling. She's probably one of the few people that can clobber her up there with her height. And she'll wait for this thing to get closer. You can see that she's preparing here. Great club ready to go. Bringing us then to Vass, your turn.
Okay, Vass spent the last round frightened, but he shakes out of that. He doesn't love where he is, doesn't love the situation, and he's going to take some bow shots at the spider dragon. And he'll make them reverberating shots. That's a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. So that means there'll be some sneak attack on there. Where did my sneak attack go? There it is. So that will be 20 points of magical piercing and 4 points of thunder. And I think with Vex, that means I have advantage on my next attack. So let's get that going. But that's a 26 to hit. So that will be 8 points of magical piercing and another 4 points of thunder. And he will give a bardic inspiration to Romulus. And as a quick reminder, you can use that to add to your AC or to your damage because Vass is a Valor Bard. And it's a D8.
Ooh. All right, Romulus, we come to your turn.
Oh yeah. Cool. Right. I am already in the thick of it. I am going to do stuff. Hopefully stuff that are worth doing. I am going to bonus action activate Celestial Revelation.
Okay.
And I am going to do the Necrotic Shroud.
Hell yeah.
The armor around the kind of the intricate outlines of it kind of glow with kind of a necrotic green, and whips of black tendrils is what my cape turned into. and my jackal helmet becomes a little bit more intimidating. The dragon thingy mabob spider needs to make a charisma saving throw, DC 16, or have the frightened condition to the end of my next turn.
That is an 18 on the charisma save. But that is a bonus action, yes?
Yes. I'm going to do my 2 attacks. All 3. So I can do my own. That's a 21.
Yeah.
That is an 18.
That also hits.
And then last attack, another 21.
All 3 hit.
So go ahead and take off. How much necrotic damage I do? So that's 12 necrotic damage because of the shroud.
Alrighty. That is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And as this is going to go through, because I'm doing math, this is going to be enough to bring down Kara, if you would like to describe how that looks.
Oh. Well, dang. Good laser finish. Oh my damage.
Yeah, I know. That's what happens when you do a lot of damage.
Well, that's a total 58 on my end. Let me get a look at this thing again. Ugh. You know, I'm gonna make an assumption that I heard Hugh talking about wanting trophies, so I will just go straight for the kind of like a pincer strike, both swords in each hand, and sort of simultaneously come across its neck area and cut its head off.
Alright, so as the head falls, you see a few of the spiderlings of its breath crawl out of its mouth over top of it. But it has fallen and is no longer a threat. But you still have the Yakwol that is above you. As it is now Titus's turn.
How above me is it?
How above you is it? Let me... because it's on one of the stalactites, I'd say it's about 35 feet up.
35 feet up, you say?
Yeah.
Can't remember. Did I? I think I just used my thing that summoned them. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what spell slot I used to summon him.
I think you just used your ability, because I don't think I've killed Titus yet.
No, I didn't, because it's still active
Ah.
unused. So I used a higher spell slot, and I
Okay.
wrote down his health. So
Ah, no worries.
to be 55. So that means I used at least a 5th level. Um. So yeah, then that means you can fly. Um. So the kind of the whips on him kind of take the form like very vague shape of like translucent wings, and Titus will kind of float up a bit to make a rending strike at well otherworldly slam at this Euclid. I feel like I'm failing at speaking Jewish. Um. Oh, okay. So that's a 26 to hit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that is going to be a 8 total. Radiant damage.
And all right, anything else from Titus?
Nope. That is it.
And it is going to be top of the round with Q. At the start of
Okay.
your turn, because of the webs, because they still exist, I do need a dexterity saving throw.
25.
Alright, you do not gain the restrained condition, and so it's just difficult terrain, which I think, as a ranger, you've got some stuff against anyway.
Oh. We have a spider on the stalagmite above us. And I use my climbing speed to run up the wall and have the spider that way.
So it is not quite next to the wall. I will say you can use your climbing speed to get up there, but I would also include as part of that movement a jump from the wall to the stalagmite or stalactite. Sorry.
Okay. How'd that work out?
So, well, I'm assuming you've got a pretty decent jump speed, or jump distance. You'd probably just you'd be able to do it as part of your movement. You just have to have the movement available. So how much movement speed do you have? Oh, look at that. Caitlin's coming in with the flex jump.
I have 60.
60.
That
Yeah,
I
so
cast Long Strider on myself.
that's right. So, yeah, you definitely... Because he's only 35 feet up, so with your climb speed, 35 plus... That's 25, and then I'd say it's about a 5-foot jump from the wall to where it's at. So, yeah, with just 60, you should be able to get up there.
Okay, I'm gonna buckle my sword. Go up. Up in Hunter's Bark and strike. 25. 27. 22 piercing. 4 psychic. and 17 fire. Please tell me
Alright.
that was enough to kill him, because that'd be really fucking cool.
Unfortunately, it was not enough to kill it. But it would have been very cool if it was. I do agree with you on that.
It was still cinematic AF though.
Oh yeah, 100%. But
I'm
it is,
hanging from the stalagmite, hoping you'll be able to finish him off.
with that, it is going to move to its turn. And our Yakul will
He's in tight.
I know, right? Will
I am technically still in combat with it since Titus can fly. He's a flying wolf.
yeah. You know what? It's gonna do this. It evaporates in front of your eyes
Rude.
as it becomes this toxic mist. And it is just going to float down to the ground. So that's how it'll spend its turn. Is a cloud of slightly yellow toxic mist. And then it will be Gertrude's turn, and Gertrude doesn't know how to handle mist, so Gertrude's just gonna wait, and take a very protective stance, staking between danger and where Vass is. Vass, it's your turn. There's mist on the ground.
Okay.
Atop some of the refuse piles.
So like whereabouts is it?
I'd say here I can do a little misty yellow. I'll say it is like right there-ish.
Okay. I don't super know what to do about mist either, but Vass is gonna move a little bit so that he can get a line of sight on it. And then he's just gonna sink a firebolt into it and hope for the best.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Roll the hit.
25.
Yeah, a 25 is going to hit.
Okay. 15 points of fire damage. Maybe. Hopefully.
It seems to be resistant to fire.
Okay. And then just for good measure, as a bonus action, I'll give a bardic inspiration to Hugh. I'll be like, Hugh, that was cool as fuck. And then, until it moved and turned to mist. That's a D8 to Hugh.
Alrighty. Romulus, it's your turn. The spider you were fighting is now not a spider.
I see that. Well, there is only one thing I could possibly do in this moment, which is Sorry, give me a minute. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yes. So I am going to do my one free smite as I come down from the sky in all my awesome glory with my sword. And a natural 20.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And I don't know if a 12 is going to hit, but I do have a D8.
You do have a D8.
I'll go with that D8. And that's going to be a 17?
A 17 will hit.
Sweet. And then, just for extra measure, a third attack for an 18.
Another hit.
Alright, first attack is going to be 11 plus. So it's going to be 17 for the first attack.
Lovely.
And then. And then for the smite itself.
Oof.
And this is a fiend, right?
It is a fiend.
Oh, well, I'm fiending for that extra D8. Only an extra 8, but so it's total 48.
Well, it's a dead creature now, as it reverts back to its true form as a corpse. And with that, you are no longer bound to initiative. As you have bested Karara and its companion here, you do notice that there is a the center of the web, one of the pieces, it seems, as there's this green glow.
I will investigate it.
Yeah. So,
Do we start off with a piece or
no,
not? I can't remember. We don't have any pieces currently. This would be the first one.
this would be the first one.
Okay.
But an unnatural green glow, and you know that you were coming to the first piece, so. Yeah. Making your way over to the center. That disappears after some time. Gertrude staying wary, ever the guard, ever alert. Yeah, it takes not terribly much effort, but it does take a little bit to cut away, either with a blade of some sort to retrieve it, but you now have a piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. Yeah.
You Zelda acquiring music. Found it, I think. Can I do a quick glance, see if there's any like thing as it was a dragon? I assume there's some type of it might have some type of ward.
Yeah, as you look around, the spider dragon here, doesn't seem to have much more of a hoard than the bones of the recent and past meals that she had. That and the webs. It seems that this is the only piece of any sort of value that was kept here.
Wasn't even a real dragon at heart. I pocket the piece.
Alright, so as you pocket this piece, you can you would know generally where the next piece is just by holding on to this one piece of the rod. And the only thing that comes to your mind is Astral Sea. You don't have any specifics, but that's what's in your mind.
That's pretty vague, but okay.
You ask the broken rod to tell you anything in clarity.
I shake it like a magic 8-ball. What do you mean? Just kidding.
But with this, you can head back to the door to return to the wizards back in Sigil.
Well, I go to Gutrid. Well, thank you for your assistance. You know your way out, or do you need help
No,
getting out of this place?
I'll be able to make it out of here, but thank you for getting me out.
Thank you for helping us.
And she's still a little melancholy, but she wishes you all well. And then it's that kind of awkward moment of like you all walking out in the same direction.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'll mention like we'll walk you out.
Yeah.
So it's not as awkward.
Yeah.
I will crack open before leaving. I will crack open like the door for the giant lizards. Like not open it all the way, but I'll crack it open so that I guess they can get out and roam or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if they're smart enough as a Velociraptor to open doors, but you know.
I don't want to stick around to find out.
Right.
I'll give on the way out. I'll play a little ditty on the lute, and I'll give Gertrude a bardic inspiration as a parting gift, since she has an hour that she can use it during.
All right, heck yeah.
I'll go for a little bit of gold as well. You know, I'll give her like 20 gold just to help out
Okay.
if she runs
Also,
into like stores or whatever.
also, Romulus, if you refresh your page, you should see a new item.
Oh no, I don't know if I like being on the other end of being given items.
Uh,
I'm so used to being on the other end of that, just like, hey, you have something in your inventory.
I like being able to sort of like just impart little gifts.
Is it a +4 shield with a demon in it?
Um, I'll never tell. He's my
'Cause I don't know if
friend.
I can do that again.
Let me just make a note here. Um, so,
The voice is my friend. What are you talking about?
oh no, this sounds like another campaign. So,
I can change him. I promise. All right. Um.
I can fix them.
Yes.
it's very easy to leave Web's Edge. No one else is here to interrupt your walk out. And it's not terribly far from the entrance to get back to the open portal. The portal, again, invisible. You know where it is, though. And as you step through, you come back to the sanctum in Sigil. And as you return to the sanctum, let's get our map back. You, of course, arrive. Oh, we've got Old Vash.
That is old Vath. Oh my gosh.
We'll bring in
No.
New Vash
There we go.
and New Hugh. But yes, you have, of course, our lovely people out and about in the sanctum. However, there is another person here in the main area when you all return, because you would be returning right about here. And I figured that she wouldn't have an actual token. Do. Where is her? All right. You see the figure of Melania. I'm going to ask for history checks here. Bash, you have no idea who this really is.
I have no idea who this is.
Nope. You've not come across her card before.
Let me see.
So, she'll,
Well, wait, could I have advantage because of my card collection?
you know what? Sure.
Yay! Second chances. Yay! Second chances.
With the knowledge of heroes and adventurers from your cards, you do actually recognize this figure. She is Melania von Talstave, Illustrial's wife. She is a
Ooh.
retired adventurer, but was a renowned assassin back in her heyday. And
I am going to attempt
Mhm.
to do deception and or would it what would it be if I was like trying to hide my excitement? Would it be
performance.
deception? Performance?
Performance for sure.
16.
Yeah, I'd say you're able to kind of keep your cool a bit here.
So you know how I'm using like the card the mini cards dice?
Uh-huh.
The card that showed up on the 20 was the rogue card.
Beautiful.
um yeah, I'm also fighting every urge to like pull out my cards to ask her to sign mine, but Lady Melania. Hello.
As she walks over, um oh, you must be the adventurers that Illustrial was speaking of. We've heard, of course, guests here with Tasha and Mordenkainen, but you are, of course, welcome as well.
Thank you for your hospitality. Um we have good news, and I produced the first piece.
This will catch Mordenkainen attention from over in the workstation, and very good. And well, you've done great with this. I've been sort of brought up to speed on your endeavors here, but you must be tired. I don't know exactly your full story, but recovering such an artifact could not have been easy. And I would know.
Is Hugh like dragging the spider head, the dragon spider head?
Oh, you know he is.
Uh yeah, I mean kind of. And I look back at the head.
As Melania kind of like returns her attention off of like the three of you and then like onto the actual ground where the spider head is. How about this? I will show you to an available guest room that you. I'm assuming that as an adventuring party you're suitable to sharing a room.
Uh well, yeah, I am. I just never shared a room with these guys, but yeah.
I'll show you to a room where you can rest. I'll take that into the city to find someone who can cure it. That way it's not
Wow.
leaking.
Oh, I don't think there's any cure in this.
No, I think she meant like,
I
for
think it was a
taxidermy and stuff.
I think it was a joke.
Yeah.
Last wink.
I'm assuming you are of a bardic profession.
Vass will give a little like half bow.
Wait, you are? I just thought you were a sick archer. Uh,
While I'm out in Sigil, is there anything you would like me to procure for you? I could find some reagents, magic items that might assist you. I want
okay.
you to be welcome here while you are staying.
Actually, if you don't mind, um, I mean, I am a little tired, but I haven't been to Sigil in a minute. Is it okay if I join you? I want to check something out myself.
I would not be adverse to company. No, not at all. Uh, invitations open to all of you. I'll just show you to the room so if you'd like to set down items, you can, and you can leave that. And she points to the head right there.
I throw a card down, press it to the ding the floor as best I can.
We've got 3 archmages in here. Don't worry about it. Someone will get to it.
But yeah, I will go get my stuff. I guess I will,
Uh,
cause there's pretty strict. I can't remember. My brain is still on holiday.
uh,
Um, this the rules of sigils. Like it's pretty hardcore. Like no fighting, right?
um,
Or
let me double check because I was refreshing my Sigil information.
kind of. I don't know if I'm thinking of like that one place in like hell, or if I'm getting them mixed up.
I know for a fact that one place in hell because we were just there. Um,
Yeah, you literally can't fight. If you
yeah.
do, you're like
All
it's
right.
almost the death penalty.
And then, so I'm just gonna highlight y'all's abode. Uh, it's a little bit lighter than everyone else's because of the overlay, but that is the room that you all would be shown to and sharing.
Okay.
And so, as you are brought up to that area and are able to uh, place your items down, anyone who wants to join Melania is welcome to do so, but we will see the trip out to Sigil after our upcoming ad break. So, please hang out with us. We will be right back to continue along with our story. But before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They help us out here at Little Witch RP. They help keep our games affordable. Another great way of doing that is Ko-fi donations. Link for that's on screen and in our chat room. But stick around, support us how you can, and we will see you guys very soon. Alrighty, we are back, and as we return, who all would like to be heading out with Melania to see the City of Doors?
Me.
Yeah, Vass is curious. He doesn't have any idea where he is right now. No sweet clue.
Ignorance is bliss. Kidding.
Yeah, we can do that. Alright. Let's just get this updated before I forget. And alright, yeah, so as we set out, let's just do this. Alright. As you stand on the streets, it is this vast urban tangle. There are bladed buildings in this wild array of architectural styles. And as you look through the smog, you can see where the city begins to curve, as if you are standing in some sort of valley or even bowl. And there are people just of every imaginable walk of life. Celestials, angels, demons, devils, mortals. All living their life here. It is extensive and could easily become some labyrinth, endless maze if you do not know your way around, which Melania does seem to know. You notice that there are no suns, no moons, no stars, no celestial bodies at all, but there are the twinkling of lights of the city. And it is a little dark currently. And as the we're phasing out of peak time, entering into anti-peak, Melania will say, as, you know, carrying the spider dragon head.
Right. By any chance, would you know of any stores that particularly sell these? And I kind of put out my cards a little bit and show them. Or any, they don't have to be these specific cards, but any store that has either magical cards or these would pique my interest a lot.
As Melania looks over, I would check somewhere in Marketwood. The bazaar shops, of course, have, you know, all sorts of different merchants coming and going. Probably going to be your best bet.
Thanks. Also, I hope this isn't annoying or anything, but and he kind of like flips through some of the cards and produces one of her. It's like, can I get an autograph?
Can't say that I've been asked for an autograph before. Usually that's illustrial, but sure. Do you have a pen or some ink?
Before she can even say pin, as soon as she said yes, there was a pin like immediately in the other hand.
Yeah, so Melania will sign her signature on her card for you.
Would your wife? She wouldn't find it annoying if I asked for a signature. I have like this holographic card of her, and I don't know. Don't want to come
Uh,
across as annoying or anything.
Um, I think she'd be open to it now. She was quite drained after your arrival with the casting of the spell, but I think she's in better seatings now. So when we get back, you can ask her.
Sweet. I get the feeling that Tasha would probably not, regardless of how of 100% health she would be.
She's very prickly, like metal, I'd say.
But also very beautiful. Besides the point. Right. I was gonna ask Mornicating, but I don't know. He has like an aura of like an aura.
He's
Yeah.
very aloof, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, I always heard tales of like, he was kind of eccentric, but but
Often in his
I guess
own head, yes. I guess if you trapeze across the multiverse in the way that he does, you stop caring about local customs and just stick to your own.
that is fair. So, since you're out and about, did you need help with anything while you're?
No, I'm more than set, but I am, of course, if you need anything while you're staying here in Sigil, just let me or Illustrial know. I'm no archmage, but I've got connections, and I can usually get something if it's in need.
I think we were gonna buy some potions, right, guys? Would we find that in the market as well? Market ward.
If not in the market ward, you could check down either.
RJ.
Right? That's not gonna be it. You might check into the hive ward, but I wouldn't recommend going down there. Unless you're prepared for some rough encounters, so to say.
How rough we talking about?
You've got the mortuary down there, the grease pit, all sorts of. There's the slags, which will currently has some leftover uh, devastation from where a portal opened up to the Blood War.
Oh,
But,
Oh.
well, the Hive's got some touches of mayhem all throughout it. If you can't find something in the market ward, you might find something there.
Well, I don't feel like maneuvering too much madness. So I guess if we can't find anything in the market ward, would I be able to give you some money and I guess use your connections as he makes like not jazz hands, but like he flutters his hand.
Yes, I can. If you can't find something, I'll be able to take care of it.
Cool. Well, I guess a place where you can get this dragon's
I'll
spider egg
I'll
stuff.
handle this. I'll get it cured, mounted too, if you'd like. But you will explore the city, get your bearings, and then you'll the sanctum's right there, and the opening to get up to it. Of course, you see it.
Aye, aye. Um, I'm assuming she pointed us into the direction of the market board. So,
Yeah, I'd say so.
uh, I will start heading that way unless Vass and Hugh has something to ask her.
I'll ask quickly if there's like a music store, place to buy instruments.
Let me.
There's a Long and McQuaid everywhere. There's got to be one in Sigil.
Right. I'd say check the Great Bazaar. They've got a little bit of every sort of shop that exists there. I'm sure that there's a handful of people selling musical instruments from across the multiverse.
Thank you.
So yeah, you were pointed in the direction of the market ward, and you see all sorts of places. A few of the signages that stick out to you are is the Great Gymnasium, the Institute for Intellectual Excellence, Bank of Abathor Incorporated, and the Flame Pits. But as you move further into the market ward, you start to see the massive bazaar space. It is this very vast plaza. There are shops and all sorts of stands, tents, bustling, boisterous throngs of shoppers crowding the avenues at all hours. Vendors coming from every corner of the multiverse, selling most anything you can think of.
Ooh, I will do an investigation roll. Or do I need to do like persuasion the axe around?
I'd say you could do either or.
Well, I have
I
higher persuasion, so I'm definitely going to do the persuasion art option.
I do my search
Wow.
as well.
For sure.
I only got a 10.
Romulus, you are not getting much luck.
I didn't do much better with a 12.
Y'all are getting caught up in the crowds of the market space, whisked away to many of the different shops, and there seems to be a new one popping up and an old one breaking down with each blink of the eye, but maybe that's just with how vast and how far you move across the spaces. But there are many interesting things that catch your eyes. There is a stand of a hunter selling hides and armors of different beasts. Onkeg breastplates, angel feathered cloaks, horned gorgon shields. You see another shop that is a iron shack sweltering. There is a fire giant blacksmith with magnan helpers crafting sturdy weapons that have these smoldering pommels upon them. And then there is a souvenir shop full of all sorts of little chintzy planar trinkets.
I will check the souvenir shop.
Yeah, as you enter into this souvenir shop, there is a autognome that sort of greets you from behind the counter. Welcome to the shop. Please take a look around at the merchandise, and if you've got a particular multiverse planar origin, they are all within the wheel. And you would notice that he has crafted this circular space in a square building to showcase the different spokes of the Great Wheel. So that way you can get something from any sort of area within the multiverse, dependent on, what sort of trinket you might want. But they're all like what you'd expect in like a tourist town, so like bottle openers and keychains, cheap flip-flops, tote bags.
Magnet.
100%.
Is there anything cutesy for our ghost friend?
Yeah, you've got like hold on, let me.
She was a moon elf, right?
She was a moon elf in life. This is correct.
I guess can I look in the material plane section and see if I can find some sort of trinket of the moon elf? 'Cause she was from a moon elf. She wasn't from Neverwinter, right? She was like from somewhere else, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. Can look real quick.
Auto gnomes are people too, you know.
Yeah.
Damn.
Uh. Yeah, so Numi was from Neverdeath, because she went into their service before she died. So
Oh, so she's from the Nether Death.
yes, she's a moon elf, but she was from Neverdeath.
Okay, that's unfortunate, but okay.
I mean, you can see if they've got any Shadowfell.
Yeah, I'll look in the Shadowfell section.
Yeah, there's so like because it is a sort of on the same plane as like the mortal, like the material plane. So the Shadow and Fey wilds, they've got different areas in the store, little corners for them. Same with the ethereal plane, and there's like everything is like very dark colors, because it is, the Shadowfell. You can imagine like young goth sigil figures coming over to the Shadowfell and like sticking their allowances into different tchotchkes from this area. But yeah, I'd say that you'd be able to find something cute like a little puffball pen or something like that.
Yeah, I look for like I don't know, a keychain or
Yeah, for sure.
a plushy mascot of the Shadowfell, and
Uh,
maybe even
I'd
of even the Feywild. Like I'm pretty sure it's easier to find something in the Feywilds. Like
Yeah, I'd say
you
if you
know,
go into the Feywilds, you can find like a little. It's almost like a little Beanie Baby type plushie, and
ooh,
it's of.
can I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry,
No,
that's what. Can I find a stuffed Displacer Beast,
yeah, so like
like a
I'll
cutesy
say,
version of it?
like there's like a whole little you know tub full of these little small stuffed animals filled with like beans or pellets of some sort, and they're all different creatures that you can find within Vale de Farah. And yes, as you look around you can find a displacer beast.
Yeah, I'll get
Caitlin
that
has
Not
then.
Vale de
never
Farah,
wanted anything more
Feywild.
from D&D, to be real.
Yeah. So yeah,
Has never
Feywild,
wanted anything more.
displacer beast for sure can find that.
Can I find like a Nether Death keychain?
Uh, yeah, and it's like got like the overly spooky city skyline, and then like Never Death underneath it, trying to make it look imposing.
In like
Gotcha.
Halloween font.
Yeah, 100%.
This Halloween. I find a nondescript, clearly not Jack Skeleton,
It's
poster.
just a
Uh,
skull with some
uh,
pinstripes.
but yeah, I'll buy these two items. And then I'm gonna go to another store, but I'll let the others do their part before I go to the next store.
Yeah, so I'll say for your two items, that'll run you the course of 1 silver and 5 copper.
Keep the change. Kidding. Um, and 5 copper. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. So whatever Bastion you want to do before I go to the next shop.
Is there a crin section?
Uh, roll me a D100.
One.
Did give it a low chance, and that is the lowest you can roll. Yes, it's not very large in this store, but yes, there is a section for crit.
Okay. Bast's mom collects those little any decorative spoons that you can get, and I'm trying to find one from Kryn.
So, yeah, you'd be able to find it. And what the decorative spoon would showcase with Kryn is the 3 moons and then an orb of dragonkind.
Amazing. Vass will like excitedly like kind of slap you on the shoulder and be like, "Look!" So he's definitely gonna get the little spoon for his mom. And if there is a Displacer Beast kitten plush animal, he's gonna try and like without anyone noticing, he's gonna try and like grab one of those too. No, he's not stealing it. He's gonna pay for it.
I was
He's
about to
trying to
say,
just
sleight of hand.
non no. He's trying to just not make it obvious that he's picking up this stuffed animal that may or may not be for him.
Yeah, I'd say 100% you can do that as well.
Okay.
For your little tchotchkes, it'll be 2 copper pieces. But yeah, if there's nothing else to look around for in the little tourist store, I believe, Romulus, you said you had another place in mind you wanted to go to and check out?
Yeah, you said there was a fire giant that was making um weapons and stuff, or
Yes,
armor and weapons.
just weapons.
Just weapons. All right. I will check his wares, see what he has on the walls, in the stalls, and the sweat got down his.
Nope. uh, yeah, you see that there are um, all sorts of bladed weapons. That seems to be his specialty here. So things like swords and glaives, axes, daggers. He's got them on display here. And each of them seems to feature a signature sort of identifier with the pommel having this sort of smolder to it, either in a sort of small orb at the end of the pommel or throughout the back end of the hilt.
Are these just more of like cosmetic
They're more
swords, or
cosmetic.
okay? Can I see if he has anything that's more like that does more, or do I have to ask him for something like that?
I would say that there's none on display, but you can ask him what he can do.
Excuse me, sir. I don't mean to interrupt your great work.
She looks down. No interruption if you are looking for business.
Yes, I was curious to see if you had anything of the magic variety.
I can understand your curiosity, but unfortunately I'm not gifted in such enchantments. However, I can craft you a great base, and if you can find an enchanter to spell work upon your weapon, you're more than welcome to do so with any of my pieces.
Yeah. Do you have any recommendations for anyone in rune magic or enchantment?
As he will think over his contacts and who may or may not be in Sigil at this time, he will mention to you. You might be able to speak with Zitak. He's been learning runes from is already quite handy in most languages, but has been picking up some runes in Primordial to really sort of lay into more elemental enchantments. If you're wanting to get something ensorcelled, I would work with him first. If you've got a writing implement, I can give you directions.
Of course. And I will take out a pad and give him a pen that I hope somehow fits in his hand.
He'll just dictate it to you so that way you can write it down.
Right.
So
Because I was like,
yeah, he looks at your very small pen to his very large hands and just tells you the directions that you can do to find his attack. I'll
all right,
put
cool.
his spelling of his name.
Careful with spelling. Sometimes you might summon Eldritch Beast.
I know, right?
I will look at his wares and try to remember. Okay. I have short sword and scimitar. Do I see any scimitars or short swords that that are, marked with his unique signature?
Yes. You would have he's got one scimitar that seems to be crafted and displayed in two short swords.
Hmm. Uh, would you say like the scimitar blade part, kind of like the back end of it, kind of is in the shape of like flames, or no?
I would say that it's not the blade itself is not within the shape of flames, but there is an engraving with the metal that gives the look of flames to it.
Okay. Um, I will purchase these two blades, a scimitar and a short sword off of you, if you don't mind.
Very fine choice. The 45 gold pieces for the two.
All right.
So, you now have these two smoldering the smoldering short sword and the smoldering scimitar. Holding it, there is no heat, so it is harmless to you as the wielder. But as you not only does it have like the smoldering embers at the pommel, when you swing your blade, there is a trail of embers that follows the strike.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
And yeah, is there any other areas to explore in the bazaar for any of you, or do you want to check out this Zitak?
I want to try one more time to axe around for a card specialty shop, and well, magical. Well, I guess a magic shop that might have specialty cards.
Okay, yeah. Give me a persuasion roll.
16.
You are pointed in the direction of a magic shop that is sort of squished between two others. And while they do have a stand for swords and sorcery, you can tell it was a few expansions back, and all the boxes just haven't been restocked.
In
So
his
I make one
mind,
more check for time
I'm
too.
sorry,
Yeah, you can do that too as fast.
in my mind, I shout, "Ah!"
Uh, with an 18, Vass, by asking around, you are pointed into the direction of an old Efriti wood carver. I see she's sort of uh, seated against her stool, and you would notice that um, she's currently working at some carving, and you would notice that as she carves, she uses the fires that she controls as part of her to um, char the wood in an artistic pattern as she works with it.
These are some gorgeous pieces.
She'll look up and nod. Aye. And you are someone who knows value when they see it.
That I am. Might you have any viols?
As she looks you over. Let me see your hands.
He'll hold his hands out.
As she will take your hands and inspect the palms. She's quiet, save for a few hums. And then you see that she will, as she lets go of your hands, stands up and she moves to the cart that is beside where she was seated and opens up a trunk. And you would see it is filled with different types of wood carved instruments. And as she reaches in, you can tell that it has to be enchanted in some way, as it is far deeper than it should be. And she pulls out a viol, and you would see that it is mostly this deep black, but there are areas of a red wood in the body and the neck, the fingering board, and as she presents it to you and you look it over, you would tell that in the charred, smoked areas there is this design almost that is reminiscent of a rose.
Thus, trying not to, but his jaw drops open just a little bit. Um, that is that is the most beautiful instrument I've ever seen.
It has been waiting.
How much are you asking for it? Giving it for sale.
Do you have any gems on you?
That's a great question. Let me just check. That's not what Vass says. That's what Caitlin is saying. Um, Vass would know the answer to this question because he knows what he keeps with him. I don't. I feel like we did have gems in the other campaign, but I don't know that they got copied over onto my current. Um, Vass will take out his fiery opal black dagger, which he loves pieces, and he'll hold it out and he'll say, "Did you make use of the gem in this dagger?"
As she peers closer. I I would accept that trade.
You don't want any gold in addition to the dagger?
No, this will be a sufficient trade.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I will take good care of this instrument. I'm really tempted to play it before I leave. What if it turns out being terrible?
Always test out your stuff
Is
before
there
you leave.
many is there many people around?
Yes, you are. This is a bustling crowd. But yes, there are people around.
I'll try and stand close to this like booth or whatever I'm at so that I'm not like running away with it, but out of the way so that people don't jostle me. And then I'll make a quick performance roll, I
Yeah,
guess.
roll a performance roll.
I really wish I had heroic inspiration. That's a 24. Not my best performance.
As you draw the bow across the strings, you do have to adjust it every so often to tune, but the sound is it's crisp, resplendent almost. You would expect this from some of the master crafters back in Neverwinter, and the fact that you just found it in a street market here, crazy to your mind. Its sound very much matches the beauty of the instrument.
Vass just has the biggest grin on his face and he's so happy. And he will thank her very much.
And she nods. So you do eventually all come back together. Um, any other places you explore within the market ward before heading back to the sanctum?
Uh, did you say the magic shop I found? It didn't have any like cards or whatever. Not
No,
just
it only
for,
had the
for
display, so like there were boxes where there were
oh,
card packs, but because it hasn't been restocked, it's just the empty boxes.
okay. But it didn't have any other like magical items like um that are card related or just anything
Um,
that might have stood out.
the magic item that you went to, or magic shop that you went to, the magic items that it has are of common rarity for like the actual items, but it also did
Mm,
carry a small stock of different potions.
okay. Mm, what potions did they have?
That is an excellent question.
What I'm here for.
They definitely have health potions.
Just
That-
common.
I would say that they've got up to superior. Common, of course, are the most plentiful. And then I'd say, let me just do a quick dice roll here for that. You've got on their shelves. They currently have 12 common, just regular healing potions. They've got 7 greater, and then 3 superior.
How much is the superior?
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Go to this one. Having me pull up all my source books now.
Yep.
I knew what I was getting into. All right. So, a potion of superior healing would be 500 gold pieces a bottle.
Hmm. And you said they had greater? What was the other one?
Yeah, they've got regular, they've got greater, and then they've got, so it was 12 regular,
Uh,
and then 7 greater, and then the 3 superior.
and how much is the greater?
100 gold pieces.
Okay. I am going to buy 2 greater, or sorry, I'm going to buy 2 superior, and then 2 greater, and then 3 regular.
Easily done.
I know how to do math. That's 3. That's 1350.
Yes.
All right, I'm done buying for the day. Well, I want to go check out that rune guy, see what runes he can do. But after that, I'm definitely done. I'm burning through all my resources right now, or money.
Sigil will leave that to you.
I I stepped away for a second. Is there any more greater healing potions available at this shop?
Yes, 5 more greater.
They were 100.
100 for a greater. Yep.
Did you want any of these health potions? If not, I think I'll probably just grab the last 5.
You can grab 'em.
I will clean them out of their greater health potions.
Sounds good. So, raiding this small shop of their health potion section, which is, I'm imagining because of how squished it is, it's like on display like the energy drinks. Um, you can make your purchases, head out, and there was a last stop that Romulus wanted to make with uh, Zitak. And as you head over to the uh, address that was given to you, it is in one of the areas where you don't notice it as you are walking, but when you look out, you have somehow gotten onto a bit of the edge of the city and are now looking down into the bowl, into the valley, rather than looking up at the curves. Um, and it's a small shop, a little dingy, but as you enter in, you can see that it is filled with all sorts of engravement tools, different regents. It's a fully stocked little workshop. Seems to be not so much an on display type area, but a place you get to if you know certain contacts and you see a figure sort of at work behind a small desk. He is a deep gnome that you can see, and as he looks up, takes note of your arrival. We'll have to see what he says after upcoming ad break. So please hang out with us. We will continue on with our story, but before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They do help us here at Wildwitch RP. Another great way of supporting us is direct donations to my Ko-fi. Link for that's on screen in our chat room. These donations unlock awesome perks to the entire community, benefiting everyone who play with us. Nope, we don't do that. They do help us out. They keep our games affordable. But stick around. We will see you guys here very soon. As you enter into Zidak's shop, and you see the Deep Gnome enchanter, he looks up and... So, what sort of work are you looking for?
Honestly, right now, just curious to see what type of runes you could inscribe on weapons. Um, um, I wouldn't say friend, but an acquaintance of yours, a fire giant, recommended your shop.
Plenty of those that work around, but... Hey, yes, if there's a particular effect you're looking for, I could tell you what sort of ensorcelments or runes might be needed, but I am quite prolific in most rules. If there's an effect for an item you want, I can make it happen.
Ooh, talking a lot of game. All right, so I wanted to do massive amounts of earth damage. Okay. Um. Hmm. Well, I am not entirely particular, but is there a way to do like similar to the spell of like rare frost, do cold damage and sort of, I don't know, either slow a creature down once hit with the sword, or maybe potentially uh freeze them, you know.
I could make something like that. And what sort of weapon would I be inscribing this upon?
Hmm, I take out this short sword.
As he looks it over. Oh, yes. I could do this. Looks like you met with Zarnin.
Yes. I saw his sort of fire motif, and I was thinking it would be hilarious to my enemies. Uh, well, hilarious for me, not for my enemies. As I hit them with something that looks like a fire weapon, but they're getting hit with cold.
Oh, yes.
I believe they call it irony. And also, do you do any protection runes?
I can add some protections, though not quite for the bearer, but for the weapon itself. The
I
most
meant on arm. I meant like on armor.
uh, it be perhaps the same that I can do for a weapon. The most common request is a anti-rust protection that really helps when you're up against rust monsters and things like that.
Hmm. Hmm. Then I guess I'll just worry about the. Well, I was just adding extra protection
Uh,
period to the armor, but if you can't, that's fine. I'll focus mostly on the short sword.
yes, I'm not the best when it comes to more potent abjurations, but damages that I can do. And so he'll look over the short sword, and for what he can do, um, you would run this,
Million gold.
right? He would price this at he'd put it at 1,500 for the effects that you have asked for.
Okay.
All right. So, he'll ask that you leave the weapon with him at least for a few hours so he can make the inscriptions. But it should be ready by anti-peaks, full swing.
But I'll just come the next day or whatever.
Yeah, you could come next peak, as there's not like the brightest time is peak and the darkest is anti-peak, since there's no
Gotcha.
actual day or night.
I will come peak, or peak light or whatever.
It'll have it ready for you, yeah. And
All right.
But yeah, after this, you guys can head back to the sanctum, back to your room. You can take a long rest and press those buttons if you have not already. But you have time to rest, to think about, to attune, and just go over anything that you might have experienced or learned in the search for this piece of the rod.
I guess we need to speak to Mordekainen and the others before. I mean, I guess we can speak to them in the morning or whenever we wake up for second breakfast.
Yeah.
You'll be.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you'll be lucky if Bass is awake for 11
That's right, notorious late nighter. So, yeah, you guys arrive and can speak with everyone. And as you as you speak with Mordekainen, he will, of course, well, it seems that you, of course, have the knowledge of where to go next. The Astral Sea. You are... I don't know if you are aware of how the rod itself works, is that the pieces long to be together again. This is how we will utilize it. And because of the way that Illustrial's doorway, the portal works, it'll get you an approximate location when you are ready to travel through that piece that you hold right there, Romulus. From there, it's just finding the second piece, and that will lead you to the third, and so on, so on. If you... Oh. if you wish
Oh, no,
to uh, learn more about the astral sea and the astral plane itself, the four of you set out. Well, there's no better place to look than Lustriel's library, and no better people to talk to besides the three of us. Maybe even Melania might have some information. And as he says this, Melania is walking in with a freshly mounted spider dragon head. I heard my name, and as she's pulling this over, we'll present it to Hugh and the rest of you guys. Sorry, I didn't know if you wanted anything on a plaque, so I just left it blank. Feel free to engrave it if you like, but here you go.
thanks. Um, phew. Well, I wouldn't say I'm an expert in the astral sea. I have traveled it a few times on a vessel, but I can brush up on my knowledge. I guess I'll read um a little bit before going to bed.
Yeah. I'd say investigation check if you want to just do, quick research to see what you can all learn, or if you want to spend more extended time, a few hours. I'll say that you can take a 20 on that. It'll just, cost more time.
I will take the 20 because Romulus would also see if he can find any clues to his home realm because he doesn't know the name of it, which makes it very hard for him to even know how to return to it, even if he was in the Astral Sea.
So, as
Oh,
oh,
sorry. For those of us that have libraries in our bastions, are we able to do anything with that to help with the research, or would we'd probably have to be at our bastion to do that,
I'd say you'd have to
right?
be at your bastion to utilize those bonuses.
Right.
But, uh, as you're able to spend a few hours, during which you can pick up your sword, which I will get you the details on the new mechanics that you've added onto that. You will learn, for anyone taking this time, that the astral sea is a section within the astral plane, and colloquially known as the realm of thought and dream. Um, Creatures can propel themselves through this plane by merely thinking about moving in a specific direction, but can also traverse the astral plane using vessels that are called spelljamming ships. Within the astral sea itself, there are the remains of dead and dying gods scattered throughout it. They are here either because they were forgotten about by their worshippers, or they were slain at the hands of more powerful entities. And then there is the fact that within the astral plane, time has no meaning. While you are in the astral plane, you don't age, you don't experience hunger, you don't experience thirst. Unfortunately,
Okay.
Romulus, without much to go off of, this library does not seem to service what you are searching for.
Mm-hmm. I will accept thine fate.
Maybe there will be more to learn.
I'll head to bed if there's nothing else anybody else needs to discuss or whatever.
I think while Romulus was doing that, Vass was sitting and breaking in his new heel. And then once he sees the other folks kind of starting to get ready for bed, he'll put it away so as not to be a nuisance.
Yeah. So, it is after a long rest, after research and conversations, after you have picked up your shiny new gadgets, or have gotten your stuffed, cured dragon head mounted, when you are ready to take your next step, the portal waits for you.
I jump in. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I will step unless anything else anybody needs to do before we leave. Any other preparations?
I think so.
Right.
All right. You step through the doorway, and where you enter is a silver clouded void. You see these lucent wisps of white, this gray fog swirling in the distance among these pinpricks of starlight. For a split second, there is no sense of direction. And then you begin plummeting. The silver clouds shift. You see that you are falling towards this colossal, misshapen mass. And very quickly remember the research. Thought controls your movement here. And as soon as you remember that, your descent slows. It's not just a free fall, but now it can be more controlled while you get your bearings. Romulus, since you are holding the rod piece, you would feel the pull that the next piece is somewhere on that stony mass that you were falling towards. And you would all be able to guesstimate that the doorway, which again hangs open, is about a mile between where it's anchored and the stony mass. Continuing your descent, your path downwards, you would notice something amidst the clouds. These two large globes of light that bob closer towards you. I'm going to ask for perception checks here.
Ew. Ew.
Well, Hugh is definitely going to see this. As will... Nope, just Hugh. So...
That
Vas and Romulus, you're just, focusing on the lights. That's a little odd. But Hugh, you see this large anglerfish-shaped outline that follows each light. and you have just enough time to alert your companions that something's up when we are rolling initiatives, as these creatures attack immediately. And
What a thing to get a natural 20 on.
Well, keeping with the theme, always having a low initiative.
Does the paladin curse extend to paladin multi-classes?
It appears so. This is gonna be like, let me show you what you guys are looking at here. Because this thing, they're so cool.
See a giant sanctum.
Alright, and then
Oh, jeez.
let me
How
just...
big are they?
Oh, they're really big.
That's what she.
Let me just drop down a basic map. We'll do this. It's not actually snowy out here, but this is like all sorts of shimmery, misty.
Face. The final frontier. These oranges.
Alrighty, so now that I've got you guys here, I get to use the lovely initiative. Bam. And then alright, so as combat begins, Vass, you're up first.
Fast is up first. And let's see. How far apart are they?
Also, your fly speed in the astral plane is equal to 5 times your intelligence score.
Okay, that's the math that I need to do. Okay, I have
The modifier or
65
the
feet
score?
of movement.
The full score.
Okay.
I've got 65 feet of movement. And it's a 10-foot radius. I just want to see, where's the little circly guy? Cool. I'm gonna snap my fingers in between the two of them and try and get both of them in a 3rd level shatter. So
Alright.
that's a con 16 save.
A is going to get a 23, and B is going to get a 7.
Okay. Well, that's 13 points of thunder damage on a fail and half on a success.
So, an interesting thing that you recognize here is that these creatures, despite their large size, seem to be quite agile in avoiding their energy, the energies of your spell. Um,
Okay.
so,
Um, and then um, bonus action, I'll give a bardic to Hugh, and then I am going to back up a bit. So we have 13 squares. I think I'm gonna move 7. I don't like. I feel like I could be used as floss for these things, and I don't like that.
probably. Alright. Hugh, we come to your turn.
Okay. And I jump on top on the Star Angler 1 and stab the top of its head.
Sure, you can fly over that way. You've probably got enough speed. It's based on, with that, yeah, you've got 50 speed, so, with the, fly mechanics here.
There's Mark. Ooh, I'm thinking a 13's not gonna hit it.
Unfortunately not.
How does an 18 do?
The 18 will hit.
It's disappointing so far. Fire. Oh, at least fire does 10. And. Nope. Came in clutch late.
Alright. And that is bam. Bam. Alright, with that, it comes to our Star Angler turn, and it will attempt to lure you, Hugh. So it's the bulb that is on the stalk in front of it glows brightly. I need a wisdom saving throw. This is against the charmed condition.
Oh. I am more than 30 feet away, aren't I?
You are.
I am. Damn. Okay.
All right, Hugh, wisdom save.
Oh, look at my +8. 15.
All right, you avoid the condition here. However, it will still try and bite you.
Okay, I react and do a twist and have it make with its own wisdom save against fear.
That is going to be a 19.
Okay, I make the save.
All right. The first attack misses. That is only a 19 to try and hit you. The second attack also misses. And its third attack, another miss. You remain unchopped. Romulus, it's your turn.
Romulus smash. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna take out my full actions on this. 19. Ugh. Pretty sure 11 doesn't hit.
Yeah, that is unfortunately a miss.
And I'm assuming a 12 does not hit as well.
That is also a miss.
Well, I am going to bonus action cry. I'm gonna do Thunder Smite. So that is 14. 4 of that is a radiant if that matters.
Alright. It does not seem to be, different. It does seem to take it in full.
Okay. And 5 thunder damage.
Heck yeah.
And it needs to make a strength save 15. Or sorry, 18.
This thing, pretty strong. That is a 25.
I will allow it to stay there. I end my turn with 1 card face down.
Alright. Our Star Angler B is going to try to also lure a figure. Let me just check something here real quick. Vas, can you give me a wisdom save as the bulb lights up?
Yeah.
This is against the charmed
That's
condition. If that
That's
helps.
a 5.
Ooh.
It does not help.
So, while you are charmed, you do gain the incapacitated condition. You will be charmed until the start of the Star Angler's next turn. You must use movement on your turn to move toward the Star Angler.
Okay.
And then it's going to try and chomp on to you, Romulus, since you're right in front of it. That is a gentleman's 20 on the first chomp.
Shield.
Okay. The 23 will also miss because of shield. And then the 11 misses. So you also remain unchomped for the time being. Bringing us to Vass, your turn.
Alright. It was B, right?
Yes, B is who has got you charmed.
Alright.
What's going on through your mind while this is happening, Vass?
Bass thinks he's still dreaming. Bass doesn't think he's woken up for the day yet.
That makes sense. Hugh, we come to your turn.
Okay. Let's try this a little bit better this time. Okay. This is gonna be with advantage because of my Vex.
Woohoo!
That's gonna be a 16.
A 16 will hit.
Okay. That's for I'll do the next attack. And a 17 will hit too.
Correct.
Okay, 16 And 17 magic piercing. Two psychic. $14 fire. And 4 force.
All right, heck yeah. This thing looking pretty bad. But as Hugh, your turn comes to an end, it is the Star Angler's go, and 3 more attempts to bite you. That's another miss. Another miss. Wow, my rolls have tanked. 3 misses once more. And as the creature, blinded, tries to find its prey in the dark, Romulus, your turn.
Alright. Second time's a charm. 3 attacks. 20.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
And 27.
3 hits.
Yee boy. Okay. That's... Plus, and then sorry, I was counting how many dice I need to roll. 1, 2, 3. I got 40.
With your crit, you should be at 52. Because you get the full 6 bonus added on.
Oh yeah, the extras.
Either way, it's a
I will
lot.
go with your number.
Yeah.
I will go with your number.
It's a lot. This thing also looking bad.
Could hit it with a smite, but I'm trying to save resources this time around. So I will just pass go my turn.
Alright. Our Star Angler Bee is going to try and chomp, spreading out between the two of you. So at least one chomp towards Vass, one chomp towards Romulus, and the last chomp also on Romulus. 21 to chomp Vass.
Am I still incapacitated?
Yes. Wait, hold on.
I couldn't
The
remember if it was
start.
the start or end.
It's the start. So you are no longer incapacitated. The charmed condition goes away.
For the first time in 8 sessions, or 7 sessions, I am going to remember that I respect and I have shield now, and I would like to shield.
Shield goes up, and that will bring your AC higher, so its teeth gnaw on your magic. And seeing that it can't get to you, turns its attention towards Romulus, and the 18 misses. But a natural 20 will hit. And so as it chomps down on you, that's going to be 28 points of piercing damage.
28.
28.
Too much.
And then Vass, it is your turn.
Okay. Could I draw Pat Scimitar 1 and 2 and attack this thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Cool. I will get sneak attack on this.
You do.
So that's gonna be 23 points of magical slashing with my
Hell
first
yeah.
attack. And I don't 13.
13 does not hit.
13 doesn't hit, but I do have Nick, so I can make a bonus offhand attack, which will be a 27
Definitely.
for a whopping 3 points of magical slashing. And then I will bonus action disengage and float back as many squares as I can.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't like this thing. I want to wake up.
Hugh, we come to your turn. What do you want to do?
Well, just keep on doing my job, and I'm gonna go. Aim target. A 16 hit.
That'll hit.
I'm stuck on one hit. So 23 piercing.
80.
1 psychic. Force. And lastly, 9 fire.
That is a star angler down, leaving just the one over near Romulus.
I put my hunter's mark on it.
Alright, sounds good. Romulus, it's now your turn.
Alright. Romulus is going to use his favorite attack, True Strike. So that's a total of 22.
Oh, yeah.
Two.
And after that attack,
Oh,
it'll go down as well. Yeah, you did a lot of damage. But you're no
Okay.
longer bound to initiative here.
hey,
And,
Vass, we're done.
and as you have defeated these star anglers, you can continue down towards the stony mass, which, as you get closer and closer, you see that this mass isn't some sort of planet or an asteroid, but a colossal creature. it appears lifeless. There are shattered ribs that arch over the creature's mossy spine. The air crackles with decaying magic. And amongst these bones, there's the shipwreck of a large galleon. It is broken into 3 large chunks. The stern castle that is nested in the corpse's hip. The bones that are there. There is the starboard section that is embedded within the ribcage, and the prow stabbed into the creature's heart. As you are descending, you are, it seems, on course if you do not shift to reach the stern castle.
The stern castle is the back of the ship?
Yes.
Yeah, the stern would be the back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, well, most likely where people would have been. So, let's head that direction.
Alright. So, making your arrival down, you of course would notice the gravity, as that's how you were falling before. It seems to center around the corpse of this massive creature. So you can move as a normal walking or through the flying speed of the realm space. You also have the ambient silver glow of the astral sea, making everything around you brightly lit, unless otherwise stated. And you see the navy blue hull and the golden gossamer sails of this once elegant spelljammer. But now that you are getting closer, you pass by the scraps of golden sails that dangle from the stern castle's ruined mast. As you move further down, you see that there are 2 armored Githyanki that patrol the deck, as well as perhaps below. They carry silver swords at their hips. If you want to try and avoid their sight, you can roll a stealth roll, or you can engage with them head on.
How would you guys like to proceed?
This might be a silly question, but is Vass aware of Get Yankee? Like, would he know that's what he's looking at?
Roll for me. We'll make this 2 rolls. First roll will be a history roll.
15.
You are aware of Githyanki present. Now roll for me a percentile die.
26.
This is, however, your first time actually seeing one. Well, 2 in this case.
Okay.
Can I roll with advantage with my history of?
I'd
traveling
say
aspect?
I'd say that
Or-
you are aware of Githyanki and you've seen them before through your more expansive multiplanar travel. Hugh,
Okay.
you have no idea what Githyanki are, but you do see two formidable warriors with silver swords.
Uh, so going off
Want
of
the
my
sword.
oh, you want the sword? Oh God, no. Uh, going off of my, would I know what Ronald knows about Keith Yankee, or what would what is the knowledge that um Romulus would know?
Uh, you would know, typically they are, followers of Gith, their leader, who was replaced by her advisor, Vlaakith, the Lich Queen. Um, they are astral riders. They stick to the astral plane and mostly to themselves. They ride red dragons, but that's, their basic. Of course, there's going to be fluctuations, as it seems that these people were part of this Spelljammer crew.
Right. Um. Ones who are I would know like ones who aren't necessarily like fully on the T of the Galactic, but I know that other ones are more willing to parlay and
Yeah.
negotiate. Okay. Um. Well, I will turn to my compatriots and I was like, well, I'm familiar with these guys. They're Githyanki. They are natural dwellers of this realm. Um, I don't think these are Lakith worshippers, or either or not. This doesn't exactly seem like the type of vessel the Githyanki usually um would use, but I'm pretty sure we can talk to them without trouble.
All right. I'll defer to your local knowledge.
Um, Luckily, we aren't in the astral plane in our astral forms. Otherwise, they're swords that do a lot more harm to us, like severing our souls from our body. Wait, do they still do that even if you're not? I know they can cut the cord, but I can't remember if it's like.
One way to find
It's
out, and hopefully you don't.
true, true, true. Um,
So,
it's not
with
like we have any battle hungry people on our team.
sword hungry people. So with the intention of speaking to these warriors, we will have to pick up with that conversation in our next session. So, thank you to our players for playing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. I will see you guys in our next stream, but until then, head over to willthewitch.com, check us out there. Join us in our Discord to jump into a game yourself, or just keep up to date with all of our announcements. Follow us here on Twitch for our live streams. Head over to YouTube for our VODs. But until the next one, it'll be a see you later.